welcome to Grizzly Tales for Gruesome Kids, a series of cautionary tales for lovers of scream. Children these days place far too much importance on clothes. See what I mean? But one should never judge a book by its cover. On the other hand, judging a stupid spider with a book's cover is perfectly acceptable. I call this tale The Princess's Clothes. Once upon a time, in a faraway town called Crawley, there lived a beautiful princess. She wasn't really a princess, that was just what her fat-headed father called her.
Oh, I do love you, Daddy.
And I love you, princess. And the royal goldfish went green at the gills. One day, a stranger visited the house.
Felicity, this is Miss Shears,
said the princess's mother.
Ugly! She looks like a wicked witch.
Well, she's not. Are you, Miss Shears?
How dear me, no. I'm not a wicked witch at all.
Miss Shears is from those nice catalogue people. She's brought some pictures of new clothes for you to look at.
But Daddy always buys my clothes,
bawled the pampered princess. Which was true. Daddy was a bit of a softy where spending shed loads of cash on his precious princess was concerned. And as a result, she had the biggest and prettiest collection of clothes in all of England. Little wonder then that Felicity was quite such a monster.
You stupid woman! I can't wear that flamingo pink belt with this leopard print skirt. Bring me my tortoiseshell braces.
It was unnatural for a child to be quite so obsessed with her clothes, which was why her mother had decided to put a stop to it.
Now, wouldn't you look lovely in that?
Pukerama!
Pouted the princess.
Or this denim dress. They're quite the rage now.
But Felicity was already in a rage.
I don't like any of them. I only like pretty things from pretty expensive shops that I can choose.
In that case, I shall have to choose for you.
And the two women sat there all day until her mother had bought Felicity a whole new wardrobe of clothes.
Goodbye, Felicity, dear. See you very soon.
Felicity was hiding upstairs, pretending she couldn't hear, but she could. She heard Miss Shears call up, and she heard Miss Shears shut the front door behind her. But when she looked out of the window to see the bearded witch leaving through the garden gate, Miss Shears wasn't there. She had vanished. Felicity didn't talk to her mother for a week. When the parcel arrived from Miss Shears, she hid in the garden shed.
I'd rather live with spiders and beetles than live with you and those clothes.
You haven't seen them yet. Come inside and try them on. But Felicity refused. She stayed in the shed until she accidentally got a smudge on her cardigan. Only then did she come inside to fetch a clean one. But when she opened her wardrobe, she fainted. Her beautiful clothes had been locked away in a top cupboard, and in their place hung the cheapest, most revolting-looking garments that Felicity had ever seen. And what was worse, her mother wanted her to wear them.
No!
said Felicity. Yes, said her mother. She tried to strike a deal. No, said her mother.
Yes,
Said Felicity.
Wouldn't it be easier to let her have her pretty clothes back?
No, it would not.
But she's my princess, and princesses can do what they want.
She's a spoilt little brat, and she'll do as she's told. But that night, Felicity took matters into her own hands. As the hall clock struck midnight, she was just about to make the first cut when she noticed a small parcel on the floor. It said, "Only to be opened by a princess." She was a princess. Inside, there was a tiny pair of silver sewing scissors, and attached to the handle was a note. "I've been sent by someone who would like me to look after you, so treat me well through all your days. If not, I'll make you mend your ways." What a piece of luck! Here was a fine pair of scissors, much better for the job than the blunt old kitchen pair. Felicity snatched a patchwork smock out of the wardrobe and made a tiny snip in the sleeve. The scissors sliced through the material like magic. She cut again, faster this time, and the sleeve fell onto the floor. This was fun. She pulled out more of the hated clothes and slashed them to ribbons. The scissors were cutting by themselves now, ripping and tearing, shredding and snapping, until Felicity was surrounded by tatters.
this'll teach that horrible old witch, Miss Shears. Now my mother will have to let me wear my pretty clothes.
Then it happened. The scissors twisted
And leapt out of her grasp.
No! But it was too late. The top cupboard was open, and the flashing blades were tearing the princess's pretty clothes to shreds. The room was a whirlwind of silk, velvet, sequins and satin, which sucked Felicity into its centre and sent her spinning across the floor. That was when she saw the face at the window. It was only there for a minute, but there was no mistaking the pointy chin or the 3 black hairs. It was Miss Shears on a broomstick. When her parents came into her room the following morning, the window was wide open, her wardrobe was empty, and Felicity was lying tucked up in bed.
Princess,
Gasped her father.
what's happened?
I'm not a princess.
Said Felicity.
I'm Felicity, and I haven't got any clothes to wear.
So from that day on, she went to school in a blanket. Which is something sad spiders might like to think about. Spindle shanks. Now run off and change, or you'll go to school with this. A bear behind.